Well, many thanks to Tara. Very entertaining, Tara. Thank you very much. And also to Mike as well, mate. All the very best to you. You looked $1 million, and you'll also get a passion pin as well. And another final cheer from our 300th audience here on Sky One's Love at First Sight. Great. OK, what's the good news, Helen?
Well, your party starts at the Cosmos Taverna. This is a place to be for beautiful food, authentic Greek atmosphere and music. Listed in the Good Food Guide for 10 years, the Cosmos comes highly recommended. Try tasty meat, seafood or vegetarian banquet for two, lovingly prepared from the finest fresh vegetables. Who knows? At the Cosmos you might find love.
All right, obviously you're very happy about that. And you deserve to be. Have a great time, and we'll see you on another show. All right, see you then. Give them all a nice big cheer. Thank you very much. All these Greek and Italian restaurants, I'd kill for a chip shop right now. But all we've got to do is go back to another show. Do you remember when this couple fell in love at first sight?
She said she takes things with a pinch of salt, so I thought perhaps I could be a pepper.
He's just my little love, and he could be my hot shot any day.
Peter is from...
Hello and welcome to Monday's Granada Tonight. The census takers have found more than 250,000 Northwesterners missing. But does the shrinking population mean missing votes?
CDs, old hat. The companies want us to buy digital tapes. But this time they want pop music's top names to share the shopper's bill.
Luxury cruises from Merseyside begin again, courtesy of the Ukraine.
And Stuart Hall begins his latest £5 challenge on cheap eating. What's on his menu tonight? It's all Greek to me.
But we begin with the news that councils across the region are bracing themselves for a financial squeeze because hundreds of thousands of people have gone missing from official records. The first indications from last year's census are that more than 250,000 people in the region have disappeared. Lover Shakespeare said food is our next topic. One of the most popular things we ran in Granada Tonight in the spring was Stuart Hall's £7 challenge. You know, he got chefs from restaurants all around the region to cook a family meal for four for £7 or under. Well, he's back with me now, launching a new series, but this time, Stuart, it's the £5 challenge. Why?
Blame the Bundesbank. The pound in your pocket isn't worth the Deutschmark it's printed on. We're all skint, so we had to come down to £5.
That's a much tougher challenge, £5, isn't it, for these restaurateurs?
I'll tell you what, they've been working at it for weeks and weeks and weeks, using a lot of imagination, using the basic ingredients. They can't exceed £5. And I know Yasmin, the German, came up with a ragu of mushrooms and smoked bacon that's good enough to put in a 5-star restaurant.
Sounds delicious. Now, a lot of people say it's a bit of a cheat, it's a bit of a con, that they actually spend a bit more than that. Tell us the truth.
No, it's not. Looking at that camera. No, it's, no, it's absolutely Johnnock. They have £5 and I want the change back at the end of it. But listen to this menu. Potato and whitefish pâté with fresh sardines.
Yes.
Casserole of white beans with smoked pork and black pudding sausage and peach charlotte. Now that's Paul from the Grosvenor. That's his menu. How is he going to do it for £5?
Delicious.
I'll never know.
These are recipes that anybody can do it. We've all got the equipment at home. We can all have a crack at it
Absolutely.
ourselves.
Remember the first series when 35,000 wrote in?
Yeah.
They were all doing the recipes.
Right.
The recipes you can try now.
Can't wait. Mouth is watering. Let's see how the first contender fares in our new Monday night series, Stuart's £5 challenge.
And we begin the series under the apple tree in old Great Sutton, at the home of the Cattermole family. That's Barbara, Andrew, Russell, and Hannah swinging away, wearing a broad smile. A broad smile. Let's go inside and meet the intrepid chef. And the first to accept our challenge is the fabulous Lula, celebrated world chef at the Cosmos restaurant in Fallowfield in Manchester. The menu, first of all.
All right. Shall we start with the starters?
Yes.
All right. Κολικαϊθάκια με αυγά.
Interpreted means courgette with scrambled egg with a little oregano and garlic.
Yes, and for the main meal, Suzukakia Sbirniaga Mepurkuri.
Which means a minced beef risole with cracked wheat pilaf.
That's right.
And the dessert.
Bugatsa.
Bugatsa, which is a semolina custard with phyllo pastry, isn't it?
That's right, yes.
Wonderful. Right, how difficult has it been to get within budget?
Very difficult, but if you shop right, you can do it.
And you've obviously shopped right, there's plenty here. Now it may sound Greek to you, but our first £5 challenge is simple, rustic and straightforward, yet a mouth-watering meal. For the starter, thinly slice the courgette and sprinkle with salt. Lula's tip.
Courgettes contain a lot of water like cucumber, and we're really making them sweat to bring some of the water out.
Yeah. What are you going to do with them?
Well, then we're going to saute them in some garlic and then put the scrambled egg on top.
Wonderful.
And the meal is finished.
No, a bit simpler. To the rissoles. The minced beef is mixed with the soaked bread and bound together with an egg. The piquance is imparted by 2 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of ground cumin, salt and black pepper. Then roll them into sausage shapes, coat in flour, and shallow fry to seal in the flavour. Then pop into the tomato sauce to simmer for 15 minutes.
If you are watching your weight and you don't want to fry the rissoles, you can bake them in the oven. Just put them with your sauce and bake them for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
To accompany the rissoles, we have pukuri, crack wheat. Ground, steamed grain, partly cooked and dried, prepared just like rice. Now, in 3 acts, Bugatsa, a Greek pudding play. Act 1, the phyllo pastry.
This is the fun bit. You just turn it. Right? I think you can do that, can you?
Tear it up like that.
Yeah? That's all you do.
You tear it up.
Yes, and you bake it.
Act 2, how to avoid a lumpy custard. Keep stirring. Act 3, just desserts. Mix the custard and the pastry. Complete. The Catamole clan then heartily tucked into the courgette starter. Twins Russell, Hannah and Dad consumed it with great gastronomic Greek gusto.
This is beautiful. It's nice, isn't it? Very nice.
The epic challenge continues with Russell munching his way through his meal, Hannah savouring the crack wheat, Dad adding a grain of Greek philosophy to the proceedings.
Yeah, it's got a real earthy taste to it, I think. It's beautiful. I like the sauce.
Now from the garden of earthly delights to a heavenly dessert. Lula's Bugatsa. That's a superb semolina custard and phyllo pastry cake to you and me. And it proved a big hit in the pudding department.
I do like that. It's nice, isn't it? Taste the cinnamon. It's beautiful.
Okay. Well, Hannah has just finished and really enjoyed it. That's pretty obvious. But Catamole family, what's the general verdict on Lula's meal?
Fully oreo. Very good.
Fully oreo. You've been swelling up when you're Greek.
Yeah.
Aristo.
Well, a meal for under a fiver for 4. Wouldn't have believed it.
Parakalor. 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 Parakalor to you.
So, come on. How much change do I have for my £5?
Nothing, I'm afraid, Stuart.
Not even 1 drachma.
Not a drachma.
Which is a farthing.
What do you expect, lad?
Congratulations.
Like
Join us
it.
next week then for a taste of Germany. Meanwhile, carry on eating if you want.
And she did it for a £5, really. It looked absolutely delicious, Bob, didn't it?
It did. My mouth is watering before, during, and now particularly after.
Absolutely.
Wonderful work by Lula.
Yep.
Wonderful work by Stuart to use the phrase great gastronomic Greek gusto. Going to practice that tonight. Now, if you'd like to try your hand at that menu, I think I might try it, apart from the phyllo pastry, look like paper hankies to me, then please remember that the full details are on Oracle, page 244, that's 244, and will stay there for 7 days, Oracle 244. And after exotic food, would you believe, exotic holidays? 16 years ago, the last cruise ship left the Mersey until right now, because even as I speak, a luxury cruise is leaving Liverpool for the Mediterranean. The last in the past 7 weeks. After all, you can't get much for a £5 these days, or can you?
Lula was first off with Greek humour and rusticity. Her menu, shallow fried courgette with scrambled eggs, easy to make. Her rissoles were delicious, minced beef and bread bound with egg, flavoured with garlic and cumin, and the price, £5. Yasmin's Berliner flair was obvious in her balanced menu. Carrot and orange soup, zesty, the ragu spectacular, wild mushrooms cooked without any liquor, the smoked bacon and cream cheese adding colour and flavour. Terrific value at just £5. Paul's English meal was super and hilarious. The choice of coaly fish surprised everybody, those silver sardines scintillating. But it was the sausage that got up and ran away in the pan that established Paul as a humorist. The meal, the cheapest, at £4.83. Enzo's from Napoli, so you'd expect Italian imbroglio. His pizzata made with a light flour and yeast dough were light as air and melted in the mouth. His tomato sauce made in 4 minutes was fantastic. One of the great tips of the series. The cost, a penny under the fiver. From France, Monsieur Bernard Perrault, organic meal of flair. I've never tried pumpkin in cooking, but now I will. But his pocket of lamb, boned and stuffed with minced lamb, was imaginative and beautiful. The poached meringue from heaven. Bernard spent £4.85. Simple, cheap, easy to make, or sajic Turkish meal. The base for the soup and the main course, onions fried in butter, simmered with tomato puree. Delicious, yet so simple. The cabbage and lamb dish was a real hit. The pudding, a Turkish delight, and the price, £4.95. Victor, our Mexican chef, has the Que Guevara macho touch. The bean soup for gauchos. So much body, it stood up in the saddle. The cheese enchiladas were sumptuous. Mind you, you've got to like cheese, but great value at £4.89.
And yes, if you're wondering, I did have my steak pudding last night and I enjoyed it as much as Dot the St. Bernard did. But don't forget that that Mexican recipe can be found on Oracle page 244 on your television set. That's Oracle, if you have it, page 244. And Stuart will be joining me on Monday for the return of Greaves and Hall. Can't wait. Somebody wrote that. We move on. Hello, but what's more, doing it in your own kitchens. Tonight, he joins up with Lula Astin, a Cypriot Greek chef who runs the Cosmos Taverna just south of Manchester. Stand by for takeoff as Stuart goes around the world on a plate.
So Lula's left the conviviality of the Cosmos Taverna to come to Chris Singleton's house at Denton in Lancashire to prepare this wonderful meal. And what is it?
We're making psari plaki me ouzo, which is fresh halibut baked in the oven with ouzo. It's a Greek speciality. And to go with it, we're going to cook spanakorizo, which is spinach and rice pilaf.
Splendid. Let's go through the ingredients. Fresh halibut, huh?
Yes, with onions, finely sliced, garlic, ripe tomatoes, fresh orange juice, the juice only, of course. We've got some homemade stock, which are made with the bones.
Fish stock?
Yes, and we've got bay leaves, fresh herbs.
So we've dill and parsley.
Parsley, a bit of tomato puree.
Thick tomato puree.
Yes.
Your special ouzo.
Yeah.
That gives the dish some wallop.
That's right. It's a Pernod. And of course the virgin olive oil.
Virgin olive
from
oil.
Crete. Yeah. Greek honey. Black olives.
Stoned.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Little rice.
Basmati rice.
Basmati rice.
Spring onions. And lots and lots of spinach.
A touch of El Greco. No time to dwell. Wash the mountain of spinach, and Lula attacks the garlic.
Have you blanched the tomatoes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You nearly stewed them.
Don't worry. Grease, don't worry.
We don't worry. Okay.
The tomatoes need only a 30-second blanch to remove the skins. But in the euphoria, they had 10 minutes. Undaunted, we plow on.
I cut my orange and take the juice out.
Yeah. You're not using a squeezer?
No, this is the Greek way.
Patent noodle way.
This is the Greek way. And it's faster, believe me.
The onions sautéed in olive oil. But time now for the maestro, or is it maestress, to move in.
Oh, you've done a good job here, Stu. All right, we're going to put the bay leaves. We'll crush them first a little bit so the true flavour comes out of the bay leaves. All right, we'll put them in. Give them a stir. Throw the tomatoes in. The ones you prepared earlier. Oh.
Simple so far.
Very simple so far.
So just a spoonful of tomato paste.
You see, very little.
Don't want it like a bolognese sauce.
No, we don't want. This is not Italian cookery. This is Greek. I want to get my orange juice now, Stuart. Can you pass it?
Yes.
Lovely.
It's
Can you?
ready.
Yes,
Voila.
thank you. Now this is Greek honey. Smell that, Stuart. Smells of
It's almost intoxicating.
oregano and thyme.
Lavender.
Greek
Apricots,
smells. All right, we'll put a couple of tablespoons of that. I think 1 tablespoon is enough.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon. It probably too sweet otherwise. Oh, it's lovely.
Ready for the ouzo?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Oh, just
Just splash away.
a couple of fingers.
Oh.
All
about
right,
that?
that's fine. To finish the dish now, I'll put a bit of the fish stock. Give it a stir and simmer it for 10 minutes to reduce the sauce before we put it in the oven.
It's an intoxicating smell. It's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful, isn't it? It's lovely. We're drunk just with the smell, aren't we?
Lulu, we've got the halibut here now, seasoned with black pepper and salt. Now it's the
Yes,
sauce
we
time.
pour the sauce over.
Pour it all over.
Right.
Oh, the aroma
You
coming
put
up.
the herbs, Stuart.
Just dill
Dill and the parsley.
all over there like that.
Huh?
And parsley, plenty of parsley.
Lots of parsley
Yeah.
to bring the flavour out.
And finish off with the olives.
The olives.
Olives, a handful for every person.
Okay, yes. Okay,
That's
look
beef
at that.
base.
Doesn't that look beautiful,
Beautiful.
eh?
Into the oven for 25 minutes, and it's on with the rice.
So I've wilted the spinach, we've got the rice in, and a cupful of water, and for how long do we cook, Lula?
20 minutes.
20.
Yes, we cook it like ordinary rice, really.
Never had it before, this dish.
It's
at all.
typical Greek, actually. Our mum used to cook it this way. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Chris is a busy publican. He eats out 6 times a week, but I think he and his friends are now firmly El Greco fans.
I'd like to say thanks to Lula. It's been a fabulous meal.
It's been a pleasure cooking for you.
Thank you very much.
Come on again.
Wonderful.
Have a start.
Barakallah. Smash the plates. Let's get Greek.
Oh, yes.
Well, the food, I must say, looked very scrum-diddly, but I do think Stuart needs a little bit of a trimette at the back there. Hairnet next week. There'll be a series of fact sheets to accompany the series eventually. Details of those to come in the next few weeks, so it's a good hint to keep watching.
Yes, but watch out for that ouzo. Now, if, like me, you drive into Manchester every day, you might have been a bit baffled by a...
It's done it on the sofa. It's great, isn't it? Don't take a close-up of that. Goodbye. Right, racing... Where are you going? Racing driver Damon Hill and his family are here as well. What's happening? Stop it. And, what? Yes, Britain's contribution to the wealth of nations, the ferret. We've got a competition for you. See you in a minute. Welcome to ferret poo. Brilliant.
It doesn't look very nice, anyway.
Smell very nice, and you're a long way away from it. All right, listen, that's the weekend over. And did you spend it with your favourite paper, reading all the gossip on Randy Vickers, Jim Slip mums, and naughty schoolgirls?
Well, on Channel 4 tonight, a fascinating documentary looks at ordinary people caught up in tabloid headlines who then paid dearly for their 15 minutes of lurid fame. If you've been gossiped about, tarred and labelled by local tittle-tattle, give us a ring in our phone-in. You know the number by now, 051 555 1000. Also on much more in the terms of practical design tips just after midday.
Shadowland star Deborah Winger says in a shock exclusive, I'm quite happy with life, really. Elaine Lipworth has the full and genuine story.
And Deborah Winger's director, Richard Attenborough, on screen in Jurassic Park, behind the scenes in Shadowlands, joins us live.
And top cook in Kitchen Romp with Greek-style guest sensation Brooks claims I'm no flash in the pan, but I'm potty on plates.
Also, racing driver Damon Hill and his wife Georgie on the joys of coping with the Down syndrome child, and they do find great joy with 5-year-old Ollie. They join us later, and that's Monday on This Morning.
Okay, is it all there?
Sorry, that's
I can't get it all up. Can't you? Oh, it
what is
stinks to high
happening
heaven.
is that there is from Susan and Lula at 11:20.
And while Dad's cruising the track at 200 miles an hour, Damon Hill's wife is racing around after their sons Oliver and Joshua. They're all here next talking about a special campaign very close to their hearts, Down syndrome children.
We've got Greek food. It's the start of Greek Easter today. They call it Clean Monday. We'll explain why after the break. Hi, welcome back. I've fallen in love with Richard Attenborough.
She fell in love with his brother,
And,
David.
Something about the Attenboroughs.
Yeah.
Very charismatic family. Listen, yes, of course, you lot are all still here, not falling in love with the ferrets. Very distinctive smell, we're all saying earlier. We have a Champion Ferret Award this morning. It's yours, so do give us a call. And they're all equally cuddly. We'll let you know the winners at the end of the show. Now, Susan's been ferreting around, as usual. It's the start of Greek Easter, and she's here smashing a few plates with Lula Austin.
I think the plate smashing will be later on. Oh, that's like a party, isn't it? I didn't know Greek Easter was like this.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Lots
And
of
when
fun.
is it? Is it soon?
No, Greek Easter is the 1st of May.
First
It's a bit
of-
later than your Easter.
Boys, I can't, I'm sorry, thank you very much. Could you sort of dance off in that direction? I'll see you later.
All right.
Lula, it's called Clean Monday or
Yes,
something today.
Yes, it's the Clean Monday is the first day of Lent.
So your Lent is later than ours.
Much later.
Yeah.
We actually fast for 50 days, you know.
Do you last it?
Yeah, well, I don't. I'm not very good.
This is Lula, by the way, from Cosmos Taverna in Manchester,
In
I think.
Manchester, yeah, Fallowfield.
Some beautiful food here.
Yes, I brought a lot of things here that we will eat today.
Yeah, stuffed vine leaves.
Yeah, these are dolmades yalanji,
Yeah.
which they're stuffed with rice and herbs, lots of herbs.
So no meat here at all?
No, nothing in here has any meat.
But you can eat crab and shark, calamari, all
Yes,
those?
because
Why?
they're mollusks. They have no blood in their bodies.
Oh,
so
I
we're allowed
see.
that, but we're not allowed meat, eggs, butter.
Do you stick to this?
Well, don't tell my priest, but I don't. Only I do it in the Holy Week. That's the last week
I
before
see.
Easter. I do that. But
You'll have
not-
to come back and show
but
us that
today
as well.
I'll do this because it's very traditional. If you
Yeah.
were in Greece today, there are big parties going on. They masquerade themselves with costumes and masks. It's beautiful, and they have big parties, lots of wine. We're allowed that.
Oh, I'm
We're
very
allowed to
keen
get
on that.
drunk. Yeah.
Listen, you're going to show me how to make an aubergine dish.
Yes.
And you said to prick them first.
Prick them
Why so?
first, that's right, so they don't burst when you're cooking
Oh,
them.
I see.
Yeah. Now you can grill those or charcoal grill them. At the restaurant, I grill them, charcoal grill them because I cook on charcoal.
Well, look, they'll do all right in here,
yes,
won't they?
They can either bake them if they like.
And then you want the skins to blacken and
They
peel
have
them.
to burst,
Yeah.
and then you take the skins off.
Well, I've done that here. Does that look all right?
That looks fine. Just squeeze out the bitter juice because they're very bitter, as you know.
You certainly get stuck into it, don't you, with your hands?
Yes, you have to get your hands dirty.
And what's this dish called?
This is called melanzo salada.
Melanzo salada.
Yeah, it's
Right.
very popular all over Greece and Cyprus.
Right.
All right.
Cooked aubergine in
Yes,
there.
just put a couple of cloves of garlic.
Right, garlic, some
Yeah.
onion, yeah.
Yes, put it all. It's a shallot, actually. It's better.
Tomato.
Throw
chopped
everything
tomato.
on, yes. One
Throw
chop
everything in, right, fine, yeah. What's this?
We'll put a bit of tahini.
Sesame paste, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
sesame paste.
Actually, Lula, this is a bit like hummus, isn't it?
It doesn't taste like hummus, though.
Ah, right. Lemon juice?
And you won't find this in the supermarkets either, like
No,
hummus and
never,
salad.
never.
Yeah.
Whole lemon,
Put
yeah.
the whole lemon in. Put a bit of salt and pepper as well,
Right.
Susan.
And
Lots
this
of
is just
pepper.
all done in a
the
processor,
blender.
so really
Yeah.
quite quick and easy,
That's
isn't
right.
it? Right, lid on.
Lid on.
I love
Start
having
blending, and then while that's, we'll put the oil.
Drizzle the oil
Drizzle.
in.
You need about a cup full of oil.
And is that it?
That's it. Of
All
course,
done.
We'll have to taste it in a minute and see if it needs a bit more salt and pepper. All right? You do that, Susan.
Right, and you're going to do some... Oh, wait a minute.
Let's see. Can I put my finger in? That's lovely.
Right, okay. So that is
Give
served
it
with...
another
another whirl.
Another whirl.
Okay, fine.
Lots of olive oil. virgin olive oil.
Very expensive, but worth it for the taste. You were going to show me how to hollow out some courgettes,
I will
weren't you?
do. Yeah, we can switch that off now. Susan.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do stuffed courgettes. They're vegetarian.
Yeah.
Right? They're called κολοκυθάκια γεμιστά με ρύζι.
Say that again.
Κολοκυθάκια γεμιστά με ρύζι.
Oh, it's wonderful. It
All
makes
right?
me feel the sunshine. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I was going to do stuffed dolmades, but I think they're going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
For anybody to, you know.
Well, not everybody can get the stuffed
No.
vine leaves, can they?
Anyway, these are easily done. I cut the courgettes in the middle because
Yeah.
they're a bit big. And you can use an apple core or anything.
Oh, that's clever. Oh, well
And you don't throw this away, you know.
No. What do you do with that?
Well, I'll use few of them in my stuffing, and you can make soup out of them, or you can steam them. They're beautiful. Your guests will be wondering what they're eating.
Right, so we're making a stuffing here,
Yeah,
and you've
all
got onion again in oil with some garlic.
Yes.
Yeah, you
and
add in what else
yes,
we need.
I'm going to add my tomatoes now. Just one fresh tomato chopped.
Yeah.
Finely chopped. The rice, I use the pudding rice.
Pudding rice?
Yes.
Good
The flavours of
pudding rice
pudding rice.
in a stuffing?
Yes, because it's better for stuffed vegetables.
Yeah, I
Much
think the
better.
party's about to break
Yeah.
out again. Never
And
mind.
we're using just some of the inside of the courgettes, just few of them.
I'm ever so sorry, I haven't finished the lesson
carry
yet,
on.
but the one I prepared earlier is in here, and it
Yeah.
does look super. Have you eaten at her place?
All right.
Oh, loads
Do
of
we
time.
eat at Lula's
Do we
place
eat at
all
Lula?
the
Do we eat
time?
at
Do you
Coffee?
eat at home?
Hardly ever at the way at the moment.
Look at that, how she does
lovely.
the courgettes. It looks superb.
And there is lots of things
Oh,
to go
pine
in.
kernels
Pine
in the sauce.
kernels.
Yeah. Right. And nothing to eat off?
Do you eat off the table, do you?
Well, not from the plates anyway.
Do you have insurance?
No, we've got all this food and nothing to eat off.
Right, okay.
looks great.
Well, we'll throw it all to the crew afterwards. Okay. While they carry on, we'll have a quick look at our next item. Because as Sean Connery's double in Medicine Man, he had to throw himself off a cliff. He also survived fires, riots, most recently earthquakes in Los Angeles, all of which was excellent training for his latest challenge as Beck Gilroy's boyfriend.
Suppose I told you. You'd have said no.
Is he
Good morning. We're going to get Hercules on the set in about 5 minutes. Apparently he's obsessed with water. So if he catches sight of the dock here, he's going to go straight through the window. This is true, apparently. It could be fun, or not. Also today, I'll be talking to the woman who was crippled for life after she fell off a garage roof. She's just successfully sued her husband. They're both here to tell their awful story, as is the teacher who spent the last 3 years in a surreal nightmare, plagued by an obsessed schoolgirl who's practically ruined his career. And there's this as well. What on earth is Imelda Staunton doing? She might star in Much Ado About Nothing, but we shall have some hard questions to put to this young lady later, because her husband knows she's up to this. And Lloyd Grossman's on the Amalfi Coast in Italy. He's eating pasta and sun-dried tomatoes at 11:05. Rosemary Connelly's gone further afield in California. She's investigating the latest health kicks to sweep the West Coast. Looks like running and cycling to me. And we're going Greek in the kitchen with Lula to celebrate this weekend's Easter festivities. Well, this week, a 16-year-old schoolgirl was put on probation and ordered to seek medical help after breaking into the home of her teacher, armed with a hammer, knife. Today's forecast, so we'll see you in about 2.5 minutes. Back in the, what are we calling this, the Hercumobile? The Hercmobile. All right, this is his luxury, this is Winnebago, isn't it? This is the Star's Winnebago.
That's his Star's
luxury
home.
transport. Listen, before we have a quick chat with Lula, who's going to be making Greek food for us later, yeah?
Yes.
And we're going to try the moussaka and the... And is that yesterday's spaghetti bolognese that Susan made?
I don't know, I wasn't here. You should know.
Yeah, it's going off it is, never mind, doesn't matter.
No.
Before that, here's what happened when Lloyd Grossman met Hercules.
Hercules looked rather more interested in Lloyd than his breakfast. He's a tasty fellow, old Lloyd, I must say.
Aren't you ever frightened in a confined space with him here?
Yeah, because I was thinking, how do I get out?
You've got to remember, Hercules done everything in show business. Been all over the world.
All he would do was squeeze past you.
Squeeze past you.
That could be serious.
He's been in schools, he's been in blind schools with the kids.
Yeah.